And share my screen. Can everyone see that? The blue?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks everyone for coming. This is the first meeting for the advisors that I'm going to run. Ben has given me the reins to go ahead and do this. So I will go ahead and get started. We have the agenda is pretty quick. I just want to kind of go over some things, give you an update on what the clubs and orgs is looking like by the numbers, a few updates on what we're currently working on. We had a lot of activity, fun requests and questions about officially being recognized. So I just wanted to go over that really quick and get you some resources and where to find everything. And then if you all had any questions at the end. So I just pulled these numbers today, earlier this morning. And right now we have 34 clubs and organizations that are active in UAGC Connect. If you add up all the members of all those 34 clubs, we have about 2,100 faculty, staff, alumni, and students in these. And then just to put into perspective, going from Q4, Q3, and then Q2 from when we first launched clubs and orgs into UAGC Connect, you could see that we are growing and it's growing pretty good, pretty fast. So 2,000 students, alumni, faculty, and staff in these clubs. So appreciate all that you're doing. And if you want to look at the broader range of how UAGC Connect is doing, we have 12,148 students and alumni that are in the platform. They have joined, they have a profile, and then the faculty and staff number is growing as well, as we're at 131 right now, which is phenomenal. So thank you. So just a few updates here. So we are in search of an advisor for a few clubs. Basically, there's 2 active ones that we don't have advisors for, and there's 1 new club that a student had inquired about. The first one is the UAGC Community for Asian Pacific Students and Allies, which is CAPSA. We got that club going with a officer, and then we just haven't found an advisor for that yet. So we're just currently in the look for that. If you're interested, or if you know someone interested, definitely send me an email. We have the Human Services Club. Our previous advisor was Dawn Jarvis, who recently left UAGC. So now we need to look for a new advisor for Human Services Club. And then the new club that a student had inquired about is for a software engineering club. So we thought that would be pretty interesting. We don't have anything like that now. So yeah, we're just letting the student know that we're currently looking for an advisor to get that club started. We are in the works to adding another colleague, staff member in the student engagement team to help me, to help Ben, to help Michael, and all the things student engagement. We're growing, there's a lot going on, so we're excited to get that. And Champs, like we've been saying, is coming to UAGC Connect. Their mentoring program will be in there. I asked for an update from Michael, and he was saying there's no hard target, but somewhere around Q2 they would be in there. Okay, so for officially recognized clubs, like one of the benefits that you get to be that is the activity funds. Every quarter we get a certain amount of funds that we can give to you, to your clubs, and you can spend it on your students, on your club members. In order to get the activity funds, you have to be officially recognized, which is an application you just fill out, and we would send it off to the student affairs leadership team to approve that. And then once you're approved, then you can go ahead and request some activity funds. So there's a form that you fill out, and then you have to have a representative at the officers meeting at that quarter to present the funds, what you need it for, specifics, how much money, what are you going to use it for? Is it for a contest? Is it for a giveaway? Is it just for, whoever comes to your monthly meetings, you get something just as specific as possible. And then we go ahead and do a vote, and depending on the available funds per quarter and the amounts requested by all the clubs, we just vote on approval. And just know that, we do try to help all the clubs that are officially recognized with whatever funds that they need. It helps student engagement. They have a sense of belonging to the organization and to the UAGC community. So it's just a small little process, but we don't, it's not hard, and we're not like turning everybody down. So on the right of the screen there is just quick resources. If you want to learn about official recognition, the activity funds, how to submit a request, and all of that is also found in the handbook. Now, I know I always say that there's resources everywhere, but there is, and most of it is on the SOAC space on UAGC Connect. I put everything there. All the items that are on the website, such as all the forms you need to do anything, is in UAGC Connect, and then I add to it. I've been adding many resources as we go, mostly because I'll get like emails from the advisors or the officers just kind of asking questions, and it gives me an idea. Hey, why don't I make a resource about it, right? So everyone can see it. So we have a bulk email tool that we just turned on. Those are instructions. And there's a video there of how to do it. You can send emails out to your club members only, ways to recruit new members, what you can do on your discussion board, and just more in the works, like I said. So please, if you have any suggestions, email me, and I can try and get something out there for all of you. And that's all I have. I do want to say thank you to everyone who is interested in growing their membership, growing their engagement. I have so many people coming in and saying, hey, we're going to switch our direction, and now this club is going to be focused more on this. How can, they ask me, how can I help? And, we get them out, we get the students involved, we email them, this is the new direction, join if you can. Meetings are being made. There's contests being out there. So I appreciate everything that you are all doing. Any questions? Vanessa, anything you want to add, Ben? Or
I have a question, if I can ask it real quick. First of all, thank you for all the support, and you and Ben, and promoting, some of our events and different things too. So we appreciate it. And, as we look ahead, the vision we have obviously is to sustain and grow and quality, real quality. We're in a position here to replace a president, an officer. And this is just something maybe additional, not meant to create any work for you or Ben or anything like that. But the thing that I found is usually in a curve, I guess, in the learning curve, there's a lot of passion up front. There's a lot of energy. They're listening to us as advisors. And then eventually maybe other things take precedent, and we don't have that thrust like we had maybe in the first couple of years.
Sure.
So I'm wondering, when we start to recruit, this is just off the top of my head. And Ron and I, we say, hey, would you consider being an officer in our club? Would you consider being a president? We can do the pitch and everything else.
Sure.
I'm wondering if you and Ben might take a moment, something like this formalized, maybe 15, 20 minutes with some type of checklist that they're committed to, the minimum, one event per month, whatever that may be.
Sure.
But I think that would reinforce the fact that we're aligned to you, you know,
Mhm.
and it would stop any division down here. Would it, we, in other words, to get rid of any politics, you know what I'm saying? And we would have that alignment, you know, to say, well, we're committed to one event a quarter. We're committed to that. And I know that's in the bylaws and I know we're advisors, but I just think that somehow, some way, if there was some type of like interview process or get acquainted process and, you know, and not to inundate you with a lot of, you know, interviews, but I just think that would be huge for Ron and I. That's just
Mhm.
my point of view. Ron, I don't know how you feel about that, but I mean, kind of a preliminary screening. And then
Well,
we
it's not just, preliminary screening so much as even getting to the final applicant saying, want you to really understand what the role is. You know, it's a very important role and we need to make sure that we're supporting, you know, what is really needed for the university,
right.
you know, in a total aspect.
Yeah. So that's what I'm just thinking. Again, you don't need to commit right now. Maybe this is doable, not doable, but I just think that would be very, very positive to reinforce.
No, that sounds really good. Just having like a shell of like, okay, what are we looking for? Broad aspect of each, you know, club. And then it's up to the advisors and the officers to kind of work with how they're working and
Yeah.
what they want to do. But just broadly, you were
They
looking
get a peek. They get a peek from you. You know what I mean? In that 15 minutes. You know, hey, thank you for being here. Here's the kind of things that are expected. You know, blah blah blah. And Ron and Bill must think a lot of you to do this or whatever. You know, that kind of thing. And we take it from there. But I just think that would be a good reinforcement to influence positively for good outcomes for future and for students.
Yeah, that sounds great. I wrote that down. Thank you.
Good feedback. That sparked some ideas. We have an advisor agreement on the forms. We could also create a student leader, student officer agreement that they would have to sign and maybe watch a video.
Good idea.
That is a
great,
good
man.
idea.
Thank you.
I can create like a recording, a video that they'd have. So I don't have to, every time a new officer comes, they can just watch this one.
100%.
I like that.
Streamline it.
Mhm.
Great job, Vanessa, and thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We're going to continue to grow this base and our staff. So looking forward to the future. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Thank you.